If you like this video, hit the bell icon and subscribe. My clickbait title and thumbnail that we worked very hard on has perhaps got you here on whack, and I hope that is true. Or maybe you've been a member of the tribe and you've come here to watch me make sense of this point that we are at in the history of our nation. And it is with absolute shamelessness and my own twisted sense of humor that I announced right in the beginning that I'm going to disappoint probably both audiences that are watching this video right now. So right on top, I am saying that it's all too confusing for someone like me to make sense of. So don't press that dislike button because you are offended by my opinion. When the truth is, I don't have an opinion. All I am doing in this video is presenting the dichotomy when it comes to Bharat and food. One story that captures my feelings right now is, you know, the one about those 5 blind men that were touching different parts of an elephant and assuming that the elephant is what they can feel. One says it's a rope, the other it's a pillar, it's a wall, etc. So if you can see the big picture, why don't you help the tribe out? And in the comment section, why don't you tell me what you think? You could even put links to articles and videos that have also explained this very well. Or at the very least, engage in the conversation or discussion. And then share this video too. You've got WhatsApp or social media. And let's get our citizens talking about the important things. Let's just all agree that this is about our fellow countrymen and their well-being, and try not to bring in any political bias while we suggest ways to help India become great again. So the starting point of all these discussions was that India has slid down in the Global Hunger Index to the 101 position this year. And the people below us are all these countries. According to this index, even Cuba is above us. Now let that sink in for 1 second. In the last 1 year, Cuba has been in the news for all these reasons. Now this is the first point that I would like anyone to explain to me. Now the government has dismissed the report's unscientific methodology. So to understand why they feel like that, at first it's very important for us to really see how this index works. It operates on 4 parameters, gauging where the country stands when it comes to undernourished population, calculated by the population whose calorie intake is insufficient, child stunting, which is children who have low height for their age, child wasting, children who have low weight for their height, and child mortality, the mortality rate of children under the age of 5. Now the truth is, I went to our National Family Health Survey and I looked at the latest one, and India has improved its numbers on infant mortality. In fact, at random, I looked at West Bengal, Telangana, Goa, Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh, and all 5 reflected that infant mortality has dropped. As a nation, we have done 1 to 5% better compared to 3 years ago. So the 4th parameter, according to the data that we spend time and money collecting, well, it says that we have improved. Next point to be noted is that all the information was collected on a 4-question telephonic opinion poll, and our government believes that this does not reflect the ground reality. But the report's publishers deny this, and they say that there were other methods involved. The simple question is, bhai tu kaun hai aur tujhe kisne theka diya? They are a pair of NGOs, one that is based in Ireland and another based in Germany. And if you go to their websites, they have a para written on who funds them. And just because the media is making a hullabaloo, suddenly we are supposed to pay attention. But if Big Boss has taught us one thing, it is that we genuinely don't care about contestants once they leave the house and the media stops paying attention to them. So right now, we are being programmed to care about some NGO's opinion, which really won't matter in the long run. I repeat, I don't know, you tell me. Right now, everyone watching who doesn't know me probably has formed an opinion on my political beliefs. So please watch this video later so that there is no misunderstanding. So coming back to the report. India's GHI score has decreased from alarming in the year 2000 to serious in 2021. This point might have you confused because according to them, our situation was alarming, but now it is only serious. You might be surprised to know that according to this study, India has been doing better year on year over the last 21 years. So imagine what they thought of us in 2000. The proportion of undernourished in the population and the under 5 child mortality rate are now at relatively low levels, while child stunting has seen a significant decrease from roughly 54% to 34%. It is still considered very high though. At 17.3%, India has the highest child wasting rate of all countries that have been covered in the GHI. But my brain can still not wrap itself around North Korea, Rwanda and Burkina Faso's doing better than us. Look, I get it, we are a poor country that is working very hard to achieve its goals and we are not there yet. But if you already think that India is a superpower and every country in the world will bow down to our women fancy, then what to say? We have to admit, this trend of undernutrition in India, it's unfortunately not new, and it is based on our own NFHS data. But some numbers are disturbing and they need to be fixed. According to the data which has been used in this index, the prevalence of undernourishment in India, it rose from 14% to 15.3%. Thirdly, the government argued that the index should have relied on height and weight to assess undernourishment. Now, if you go by that argument and take information from the NFHS survey, you will find that the average height of women has decreased by almost 0.42 centimeters and the average height of men in that same age group has decreased by 1.10 centimeters. This decline was observed across all religious groups, caste or tribe within the same wealth index. But heights from around the world has been decreasing. Although I could not find any comprehensive reports about the latest survey, but I manually scanned it. And any state that I did look at random shows that the undernourishment, wasting and stunting, it has increased in 2019 and 20. Our government has launched all these food initiatives. But when it comes to allocating money, almost 0.75% of the current budget has been allocated towards these various schemes. While the media is going on about how angry our government is, and interviews and articles are being published to tell you about this blame game, this isn't the first time that our government has been upset by a report that shows India at a low ranking. For me, in this video, I wanted to highlight the dichotomy of Bharat's relationship with food. While we have just seen how undernourishment and anemia is something that is prevalent in our country, on the other end of the spectrum, India is the world's second largest producers of sugarcane, rice, tea, wheat, and when it comes to milk, we are the #1 producers in the world. So, Khana Khana everywhere and not a bite to eat. Yes, of course, we make our money through our exports, as every country should. But we are a culture of Sharma ji ke bete ko dekho. So let's give credit where it's due. If we do look at a country that is #1 in the export of all those things that I did just mention and has a population larger than ours, then yes, China has managed to. So now let's try and not get right wing or left wing into the picture, but let's just figure how we can get out of here. In India, a food delivery company like Zomato makes the news. We're ranked #2 in total food production. We're even the 5th largest exporters of beef, something that is banned in parts of India. And yet, malnutrition is an issue. Oh, and by the way, when it comes to wastage of food, as per the UN's program, we rank at #2. And meanwhile, on social media, Indian mukbang has become a thing. Now, if you don't know what it is and the psychological impact that this has on both creators and observers, then please let me know in that comment section. I will definitely make a video just on that. Basically, it's the consumption of obscene amounts of food that is unhealthy in every way possible. Like I said in the beginning, it just doesn't make sense. A 21-year-old cricketer makes more in 1 year than a soldier, farmer, or school teacher around the world can even dream of making in a lifetime. Sure, demand and supply is an explanation. But I sometimes get confused about our priorities as a human race when I think about these things. What some random people in Europe think about my country means little to me. But if it starts a discussion that leads to healthier children and fewer people going to sleep hungry, then I personally will accept it that a coin has two sides. The widening gap between the rich and the poor, the unequal division of wealth, these are factors that I have spoken about in a number of videos. A large population is a boon and a bane. And what use are these numbers if this population is not looked after and provided for, even with the basics in life? Dignity, well-being, food, and water. My name is Frisia. This is WAC. I'm going to see each and every one of you in that comment section below. I'll catch you again very, very soon. If you like this video and would like to come and support my work, then please don't forget I have my Patreon as well as my YouTube memberships. Ciao.